Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today is October 1st, the first Monday of the month. And I am going to bring to you the October DicenDeal challenge. And I have my dice and I have my cards to deal from, which I thoroughly shuffled just before turning on the camera because I didn't want you to have to suffer through my horrible shuffling. So I have not looked. I have no idea what these are going to be. I'm not prepared for anything. I just have my regular desk around me, which is messier than usual. So I'm going to roll the dice onto the table and we will see how many prompts we get. And if this is your first time here, our rules are that we are looking for a 4 or larger, anything less than a 4, and we roll again. Oh my goodness, 12! Oh, leather and jade. You were so right. Oh my goodness. Last month we had 4 prompts, which is the smallest that we could possibly have. And Leather says to me, she says, watch you get a 12 next month. Alright, I've been waiting for this. So, first of all, I have to change the page that I was going to work on. I was going to do this side here because this side has already been done. So I'm going to turn to another page and I'm going to gesso it and dry it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back and I have gessoed these 2 pages. All the pages in this book that I'm currently using for my art journal, it used to be my wipe-off book, so all the pages already have paint and color down on them, but before I do a DicenDeal page I always gesso it, so maybe I'm not starting with a completely white page, but it's toned down and I can go from there with the cards. Alright, so the cards are here and we're going to pick 12. So here we go. Number 1. Draw something that makes you smile. You can do this freehand, you can make a sketch, you can trace. I am going to trace through a stencil, which is what I always do for that challenge. And I think I'm going to use this new stencil I have here. Oh, it's not quite dry yet, but oh well, doesn't matter. I'm going to use this new stencil that I got from Strumpet because it makes me smile. I like it. So I'm just going to use some graphite. If I can find it. There we are. Now this is a water-soluble pencil. It's a Derwent Graphitone. And this is the dark wash that I'm using. It's not, it takes a bit of work to activate it. So some stuff I add might make it blurry and activate it. So isn't that nice? I like it. It's called the, oh geez, I can't even read what I wrote. Bass and guitar bass drop. And it has something to do with some kind of music group, which I have no idea about them, but I love the symbol. It's not exactly circular, but it is made from circles. And I'm a fan of circular patterns, so this attracted me. She has another one that goes, well, I can't really trace across there. She has another one that goes with this. It's a different take on the symbol. I'll get that one day, but I have a ton more on my wish list of hers. before I'll be getting anything that's like a duplicate. Well, not a duplicate, but you know, I need to get all the different ones. Okay, I think that's good. Like that. Okay, so card number 2. Skip the next 2 cards. Okay, well, so that I can keep track of what I'm doing, I'm going to take the next 2 cards and put them on the bottom without even looking at them. Okay, so 1, 2. The next one is journal with a permanent pen or marker. Okay, so this is one thing I don't like doing. I don't like doing my own handwriting on my pages unless I've tried it out. So I'm going to use a Sharpie pen here, which I believe is permanent. Doesn't say, so it probably isn't. I don't want to wreck anything else though, because my paint's not completely dry. So yeah, I just do scribble journaling. Okay, that is covered with enough paint that I need to give it a rest. And that's enough. It just says to journal. Okay, so that's scribble journaling. That's when you pretend to write, and you just like when you were a little kid and you would take your parents' order for the restaurant and you would just go like this. So that's, well, I guess we'll count the skip a card. Well, no, because it's basically like miss a turn, isn't it, when you skip a card? So we won't count that as a number. So that's 2. Use a sponge or makeup wedge to dab paint in random places. Okay, well, I always use makeup wedges. So I will grab one of these to dab paint in random places. So do I just want to go with 1 color or 2 or 3? Or you could do 8 different colors. I think I'm going to do 2 at this point. And let's get something close. What am I feeling? I can see the orange through there. So I'm going to use this orange, which is Pumpkin Patch, and it's Americana Multi-Surface Satin. I don't usually use a satin, but I happen to have that. And, well, it's Halloween. Oh, I don't want to use purple. How about yellow? Use this one, Saffron. It'll be pretty bright. So, now, where am I going to use my palette for? I think I'll do it over here. Let's get some yellow out and some orange. And start with the orange. It seems to be more fluid. Okay, so we'll start dabbing. What does it say? Dab paint. Okay, so to me that's dab. Oh, but you know what? I could dab through a stencil. That would be even more exciting. Okay, I'm going to do that. Be back. I've decided I'm going to use this stencil. This is one of Tracy Batista's from the series. I think, called Soulful Scribbles. I just have this one. There are several. These are from Stencil Girl, and I'm going to continue to dab with orange and yellow. Okay, like that. Okay, so that is 3. Card number 4 is do your own thing. Okay, so for this, I am going to continue filling in my background. But I think maybe I will be adventurous and use some sprays. So I use the same stencil, and I'm going to go get some warm colored sprays. Got Dilutions Tangerine Dream, which is an orange. Peony Blush is a pink. And then I have Shimmers Colorings, Mandarin Mai Tai. I don't know where I got that one. So let's start off by adding some pink to this. Okay, I'm going to spray. This is Do Your Own Thing, and I'm going to cover up the rest of my white space. So that is prompt number 4. So let's pick up prompt number 5, which says add paint using something other than a paintbrush, such as a key card or old credit card, a brayer, fingers, craft sticks, Q-tips, chopsticks, makeup sponge, etc. Well, let's see, what have I got here? Oh, where is it? Well, of course, I can't find what I want to use. Okay, I'm going to try this little tool here. This is a pastry brush that I got off of AliExpress. The brushes were like this big and it didn't do anything, so somebody gave me the idea of chopping them down, and let's see if they do. So I'm just going to dip it into the paint, that orange and the yellow paint that I've got here, to check it out. Oh yeah, okay, that looks good. So yeah, let's just a little more of that over here, so that both sides are even. And then, you know what? Let's get some red in here. Definitely need some red. Okay, this is the first thing closest to me, and I guess I better use it because it's gonna go dry on me sometime. A big bottle of bright red from Apple Barrel. Maybe you can get your Christmassy red here. Okay, so I need to get my cards out of my way. Need much. Okay, yeah, I just totally think we need some. Oh yeah, look at that. Good, good. Don't need it too wet though. I like that. How about we'll go across the page like this. And I'll just take a little bit and do some marks across the whole thing. There. Should I go around the edge? I don't really want to border at this point, but I like the pattern. Okay. I guess I'll put that in my water. Okay, so now just let me count our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the skip a card. 5. So one more and we're halfway there. 6. Oh no! You spray ink through a stencil. Alright. Well, I'm going to use a top layer color now. So I think I'm going to go with a cool color and put something totally different. But you know what? If I turned this sideways, yeah, I'm going to do that. Then I'll just finish it off like that. Okay. I think I'm going to get some turquoise. God, I don't have vibrant turquoise in the dilutions. This one is fresh lime, though. Lime's my favorite color. Okay, so. Okay, good. It's not clogged. Ooh, it's not really showing much of anything, is it? Oh, I'm at that I have a hot mess stage. Okay, well that green didn't really do anything. If you look closely at it, you can see some variation in the color, but yeah. So yeah, I'm stopping there with that one. Okay, I got a big mess here. Okay, so that was 6. I'm going to put those cards aside because it'll be easier to remember 6 plus 6 than to count 12 out each time. Okay, here we go. Add gesso or paint in random places. Well, I think I'm going to use gesso so I can water this down. Or I should say tone this down, push it back. Ooh, okay, what color? Oh, I wish you were here to tell me what color to use. Oh, white. Forgot what I was doing. Oh, great, I have ink spray in my white gesso. Okay, let's use a big brush. Okay, right now I'm just taking out this top layer of gesso here, trying not to mix it in. Well, that's pretty random if you ask me. There's one little bit here. Last thing I need is to have orange gesso. Okay. There's a rule for everybody. Don't use spray inks when you have an open jar of gesso in front of you. Alright, let's get some clean paper towel. So I have already, we'll call that randomly, added gesso. And it does say to add gesso. So it doesn't say to paint it or anything. So you can drizzle or drop draw with it. And I am going to kind of do this. This way I'm not spreading the inks around too much. I'm still getting that white coverage. I think this is going to be the worst DicenDeal I've done. But the whole point is to have fun and experiment and learn new things as you go along. And I learned I don't like using all those ink sprays. Alright, now let's dry that. And because I've put acrylic over the ink, when I dry this, the ink will be less movable now, at least where the paint is. You with me? We are going for card 8, and I am hoping for something I can start getting focal images down on here. Let's see, we have, oh, that's a long one, I haven't had this before. Put 2 to 4 drops of paint on the surface, then scrape the colors over the surface with a plastic card or palette knife. Oh, okay, that's a pretty normal. My camera's trying to focus on the card, so I'll let you read it. That's a pretty straightforward prompt. Sorry, knocked the... Alright, let's get something totally different on here. Okay, I want blue. Okay, so I've got here my favorite blue, which is Dylusion's London Blue. Now we want I can't really squeeze with this, but I can dollop. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm just going to start here. And this is great. Yeah, I got a lot of paint on my credit card, so I'll put that back in there. Oh, I know. Contamination, but my ink doesn't seem to be moving at all at this point. Alright, well that got rid of the hot mess. Wipe that off. Alright, so it is starting to look better. Just going to dry this up. Okay, so we're on to number 9 now. And number 9 says, oh boy, it's a long one. Start with several drops of watery paints. Using a straw, blow the paint in different directions. Okay, I'm going to alter that just a teensy-weensy little bit for myself because I don't like blowing through a straw. So what I use is a can of compressed air. You can get this from the dollar store. Mine is called Dust Blaster Compressed Gas. And the gas that's in there is whatever air. The numbers for air are. Okay. Carbon monoxide? No, it's a combination of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. whatever. So, what did it say? Several drops of watery paint. Well, off to the side here, I've got dried up orange, a bit of yellow, and a bit of red. So I'm going to add water to those. This is my spray bottle of water. Let's water that all up. Okay, so I'm going to, that's not watery enough. Okay, let's see if that works. Obviously that wasn't on properly. Oh, I think I've said it before, but it's pretty dangerous in this room. Okay, let's see if it works. I hope it's not broken. There we go. That works good. Okay, so now let's where's my thing? Get this more watery. You need really watery paint for this to work. Not even. Still don't think I have a watery enough. Let's put some water on it, and we'll blow this direction this time. And I think I'll do one more of the yellow because that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna clean off my brush. A lot of that orange is. Oh no, it's not orange. It is red. I was gonna say that orange is looking really red, but it is red. So maybe here. I don't really have much left. But I am gonna put a teensy weensy little drop. And water on that. Where'd my sprayer go? You can really see the difference in the consistency of the Americana satin compared to their acrylic paint. The satin's very thick, doesn't get blown very much. Okay, that's cool. Alright, I hope you guys have a lot of fun with that prompt. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to recount the prompts to make sure I'm on the right number. I think I'm on 10. So I've got 6 that I set aside, 7, 8, 9. So yes, now we want 10. 3 to go. Okay, give me something I can make a focal point with. Repeat the last 3 cards! All right, here they are. Put them in the, I wonder, so what would we do? I think we would do them backwards this time. Okay. Because they're sitting here in the pile. So if you're supposed to repeat the last 3 cards, then we would do 1. Okay, yes, that's how we would do it in the game. Okay, so starts with several drops. What the heck? Okay, so first of all, we're going to do the water blowing again. So we're going to do a little bit more of that. I'm going to see if I can find a yellow that isn't a satin finish. Now, if you think doing these prompts is going to be overkill, then just barely touch your page with what we're doing. Just so you can say, there, I did it. Okay, I'm going to have to go out and I'm going to have to go get my dilutions. So, be back in a sec. So I have lemon zest. Going to put a drop of this, just a teensy bit, on my palette where I had my other yellow. Now this this paint has a lot more fluid than others, so hopefully this will work well. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's put it close to these. And I'll spray some water actually onto it. Alright, let's go. And you're going to stand up and try and blow downwards. Not going to work. I'm seeing this has a puddle in it, so I'm going to spray that. Not doing much. Okay. Now that's good. I like that. So I'm going to dry it. Okay. So we did that. The next one is to put 2 to 4 drops of paint on the surface, then scrape the colors. Okay. So we're going to scrape again. Well, I don't want to put a new color in here at this point. So I'm just going to grab some of what I have here. So this is basically turned into a pale orange. And that's still a bit of red over there. Okay, so I'm going to use my credit card now. So we want 2 to 4 drops and scrape with your credit card. Oh, now see how this one is hardly affecting my painting at all, but I can count it done. That my paint was too watery for it to count. No, I just want down strokes on this one. Okay. I'm fed up of this. Okay. And then we're doing the third card, which is add gesso or paint in random places. Okay. So I can bring this back again. So I'm going to dry this, and then I'll put I'm going to use a stencil for this, but I'm going to randomly, and I'm going to clean up this watery paint I have over here now, which is a goopy mess. Okay, so I'm going to use a stencil to randomly add my gesso, which means that I won't follow the pattern. I'll just do a little bit here, there, and then I'll move it. The lid wasn't on very well. I'm lucky. Let's pour a little bit in the lid. Okay. Need a sponge. This is the latest stencil from the Stencil Girl Club. The theme was called Caves and Ladders. And this one here is supposed to be a well. That's looking down the well. Those are stone walls. Then there's one that has a door on it, and one that has a ladder leading up to part of a door. Gotta say, it's one of my favorite of the Stencil Girl stencils of all time. Okay, that's really that's helping to tone this down. But we only have 2 more left. And this is just going to be plain old. There. That's enough. Or else it won't be random. Okay, so we did it. We repeated the last 3 cards. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. Do your own! Yes! Okay, I'm getting black. I know exactly what I'm doing here. Well, not exactly, but I'm getting black. And then I am going to find a focal point to stencil on here. Okay, so that was my choose whatever you want. I used Stencil Girl Stencil L515 by Angela Cartwright. That's available in the store, and I'm not sponsored by Stencil Girl. Alright, so I need to count again. I got so excited getting what I wanted that I lost what number we're at. Okay, so I got 6 over there, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we're on to our last card. This is scary at this point for me because if I could just add a border to this, or a quote, it would feel good and I'd be happy with it. Not in love with it or anything, but I'd be satisfied. So hopefully this isn't going to mess it up for me. Okay, here we go. You ready? Okay. Doodle. Stars, hearts, swirls, wavy lines, figure eights, and or spirals. Now, let's think about this one. It doesn't say doodle something and give those as an example. It's telling us to pick one or all or some of those things to doodle. So you can pause that and write them down if you want. And I'm just going to read them out one more time and pick what I'm doing. Okay, stars, hearts, swirls, wavy lines, figure eights, and or spirals. Okay, I'm definitely going to do wavy lines because that can be my border. Too bad it didn't say circles. I don't know. I am going to use a paint pen for this, so that much I do know. A black paint pen. I bought 3 black Uniposcas, and every time I go in there to look for one, I cannot find any, and then I have to open up a new one. So this is my 3rd one that I've opened. I'm going to have a search and make sure I find those other 2. Alright, so we're doodling, guys. Hearts or stars or swirls or wavy lines, figure eights, and or spirals. So let's start with wavy lines. Okay, I think if I go over that again and make it look messy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to call that finished. That's all I'm doing for the doodling of all those different shapes. I am going to continue with what could be technically called doodling, but I'm going to outline these figures with my black Posca so that I'm done the challenge now. I've done what the cards said. That's all 12 of them. And now I'm going to do one extra thing on my own, and that's to make these lines more solid. I went around my black stenciled images with my black Posca pen, paint pen, and now I'm going to call it done. And I am actually quite pleased with that, considering where it was halfway through. It was a hot mess. And I'm definitely glad I put that blue in there because I just needed something to push all that orange and yellow and red back. And now I like that. So yeah, I had a good time with that. It was definitely messy. There's my messy hands, and I have a new paint job on my nails. So I hope you have as much of messy fun as I had with this, and this is your October DicenDeal challenge. 12 prompts this time, plus we had to do 3 of them over again, so that makes 15 altogether. Whew! Alright folks, so I will see you next month with the next DicenDeal. In the meantime, please, if you put your pictures up on social media, give it the hashtag DicenDeal. That's DicenDeal, one word, and then we can click on that and see each other's pictures. And definitely leave in the comments down below where yours is so I can go have a look at it. Alright then, so we'll see you later. Happy arting. Bye bye.